Hey everybody, welcome to the number one fucking Mafia podcast on the entire internet. Talking about just a couple of Jersey guys talking about tough guys and how to navigate this world, how to navigate a cruel world. But sometimes you gotta just. What if you got killed for listening to? What if you were in the mob and they caught you listening to Alanis Morissette and they killed you? And then in a few years, your son's on a documentary just being like, yeah, my dad, great guy, you know? I fucking love my father. Anyway, they caught him listening to. They caught him listening to Ironic in his car and they shot him 40 times. Anyway. I'm really excited to have this guest here. It's Jo Firestone. We podcasted together a few weeks ago on her show, and it was a lot of fun. And you want to hear another? Remember this song from the '90s, by the way?
Probably.
This is my favorite thing to do. My favorite thing to do is piss off people who come here for a Mafia podcast.
Yeah, I do.
This was a hot song.
This one, yeah.
I hate the world today.
This was a fun era of music, you know? It was what?
So you don't always start with an Alanis Morissette song. That's not your theme song for the podcast.
It's not my theme song for the podcast. I would ask. I mean, I guess it would be a good. You know, it's all about contrast. That's the beauty of. That's why Scorsese is so good because
Exactly.
he finds like the right music.
Scorsese,
This could be a fun song to play in a movie while you're beating the shit out of a guy.
Yes.
I'm a bitch. I'm a lover. Here's the chorus. Because, see, what she's saying is she's made of different contradictions. That's how I feel a lot of the time, you know? Sometimes I don't want to be a fucking tough guy. Sometimes I just want to, you know?
I just picture people just being so mad right now.
Yeah. I know, they are mad. It's fun to make people mad. That's the one thing I've noticed about about the world that we live in. You're never going to please everybody.
No.
But you can make everybody mad. I'm a bitch. I'm a lover. I'm a child. I'm a mother. You know what I mean? You can piss off. You can piss.
Everybody.
You can piss off the entire internet easily. So.
Wow.
All right. Well.
So this is pretty hardcore. You're really good. You dive deep into all the mob.
We go hard, yeah, and it's not, and just anything that's sort of related that falls under the umbrella of crime, we will talk about.
Crime in general.
Well, yeah, but I guess organized crime is the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to change the show.
You are?
I think so.
What is it going to be?
It's just going to be me interviewing somebody.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're done talking about the mob?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Well, what's funny is so there's a couple people that I want to talk about in today's episode that and one of our earliest episodes was about these particular guys, and every once in a while I will look at the YouTube comments and people will be like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This is disrespectful. But one of the guys we're going to talk about today is a gentleman who just passed away. His name was Sonny Franzese.
The dad of the YouTube video you
guy.
watch. Yeah, okay.
So he was 103.
Right. Yeah, that's what they said.
He
Said in the, who was it? Michael Franzese?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, so
on
Michael's
the BuzzFeed video.
On the BuzzFeed
Yeah.
that he did, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Sonny passed away recently, but I think like he was just a guy who he was more of like an old school type of.
Sure.
I really don't like when guys say old school. I really hate it.
You don't, because you don't believe in that term, or you?
I think it's like kind of stupid. Like,
okay.
Yeah, you know me. I'm old school. Right.
Yeah. Red sauce.
That really like bugs me.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
My son said he's trans, and I said, okay, you just make sure your husband pays for your operation, because I'm old school.
Okay.
You know, that's technically old school.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Old school
yeah.
is when your husband pays for your new pussy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So,
Anyone who thinks they're here for a Mafia podcast is really mad.
I went to a restaurant the other day for lunch.
Okay.
And my boyfriend goes, "This place is old school."
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't think it was.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was actually pretty new school.
Boyfriend, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
That's the episode, everybody. Thanks for listening.
I'm
This is our shortest
trying
episode
to get
ever.
engaged. Don't worry about it.
Are you? Yeah.
I'm trying to be old school about it. Get engaged.
He said, what place did you go to that he said this place is old school?
We went to an Italian restaurant in the West Village, but it was a new kind of... the menus were in the back of the chair.
Back of the chair?
There was a big green salad with
they
lot
were
of...
Oh, they get to take them from the back of the chair.
Yeah, and then they had a lot of those leafy...
Was it Sam's?
No.
Okay.
And I want to go to Jean's. You ever been to Jean's?
No.
That place has been around since the 1700s, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah? Nice.
Yeah, very old.
Just one Italian guy during the American Revolution. Thought you boys would be hungry fighting the British, so I made some men I got. You know, my great-great-grandfather actually cooked chicken parm for George Washington. Yeah. I guess it's okay for wasps like white people to make fun of Italians.
Uh-huh.
I just want to know what race I can make fun of then.
Wait, but you're Italian.
Yeah, how did you? Yeah, you didn't know that? Did you? Wow, really? Thanks, Joe. You didn't know I was Italian?
So your mom and
You're the
dad
first
are
person ever
to ask. Well,
Yeah.
maybe a lot of your listeners didn't know. Maybe that's why they're saying you don't know what
No,
the
I'll
fuck
take an
you're talking
IQ test right here. I'm 100% Italian. I'll take an IQ test and score an 80 on it. That's how they classified people at Ellis Island when they were like, "Oh, we don't know where this guy's from." All right, find the Giuseppe, which shape is the triangle? Oh, I don't know.
How come Italian, like a lot of Italian, like older men, their voices are so high?
So high?
Yeah.
Mine's a little high.
Is it? Do you think it's gonna get
Whenever
higher?
people do an impression of me, they go, it's me, Mike Racine, which I don't think I sound like that. I always hear my voice as being very deep and, commanding.
Sure.
And then I hear myself on a podcast or video. I go, whoa.
Okay, yeah. The women's voices get higher.
Mm-hmm.
As we get older.
No, but I guess, there are like older Italian guys, their voices do get kind of like
soft and sweet.
Mickey Mousey.
Yeah, really beautiful. Perfect for nighttime stories.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told this story about my grandfather on the premium episode of the last podcast that we did.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, so my dad's father grew up really poor and he was really, really cheap.
Uh-huh.
He would give my grandmother had to ask him for money.
Oh yeah.
When she wanted money, and then he would always give her less than what she asked for.
Sure.
So when she was, I think in her 70s probably, she got a job and she was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna ask you for money. So she started working at a deli counter.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that was why she did that. I thought she just liked, but it's good for you. But I do have this memory of him when I was really young. My dad was like, look at pop-up shoes, they light up, and my grandfather was wearing LA Gear light up shoes because he found them in a bargain bin for $5. He was like, I didn't know they lit up. They were just really cheap. So he's walking around.
Oh, that's a beautiful image to think about.
Yeah, he comes to pick me up from school. They're like, wow, your grandpa is so cool.
Did you have the pumps?
I never had the pumps. They didn't. I think that was something my parents would be like, that's not necessary.
Yeah. But did you have LA Gear?
I didn't have LA Gear.
Yeah.
I didn't really have any cool shoes. No, I'm not complaining though. I had a good life.
We got to pick out one new shoe every year. In the fall, we get to get the shoe that's gonna.
Yeah.
And I remember always thinking that I should go with a heavy boot.
Mm-hmm.
Because that'll really get me through the winter months.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, were you like a one pair of shoes family?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you get.
Where are you from?
St. Louis.
Okay.
And that's all weather,
Yeah.
So you got to get the right.
So in the summer, you're someday, and You guys will all be you guys will all be sorry. But your classmates just had more. Did you grow up a little poor?
I think maybe middle class.
Middle class,
but
yeah.
I think they just didn't see the need in having their kids having a bunch of shoes.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
there's only so many shoes a kid's gonna.
Well, it's got to be jarring when you have kids. There's probably so many expenses that you just don't foresee.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
I've spent so much money on this dog.
On the dog, yeah. On the
So
dog.
much money on
Yeah.
a dog.
Yeah. Oh, Deb will come home with bones, and they'll be like, I think the bones are either, I don't know what this is. The bones are they're either no, I think it's $16 for 2 bones,
What
or $17
kind of
for 2
bones?
bones. They're like raw bones.
Oh.
And she loves the dog, but I'm just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me! Come on, we don't have the money. I'm wearing fucking light up. I can't even get shoes that don't light up.
I've spent. My dog's kind of. He's a little bit scared of strangers.
Mhm.
He's a rescue dog, and he really doesn't like strangers. So he's
Mhm.
always getting worked up.
Yeah.
And so we always trying to find new things to calm him down.
Mm-hmm.
And we bought like calming chews, vitamins, thunder shirt, like every.
Oliver had a Thunder shirt.
I
too.
don't think that any of this works.
I don't know if it works.
None
Yeah.
of this works. Calming chicken, CBD,
Yeah.
CBD oil. It's crazy how much money
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
spent
yeah.
on this dog to calm down.
What kind of dog is it?
He's like a big version. He looks like
Okay.
2 times the size of Oliver.
Okay. Because sometimes Oliver, when he's going nuts, if I pick him up, if you pick up your dog, will he cool it?
I couldn't tell you.
Because sometimes when he's freaking out, he just wants to be like touched.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess that's true with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
That's like all those people that yelled at me on the internet yesterday. I'm like, look, you just want to be picked up. You just want to be picked up and held like a little Yorkie.
Does
Anyway.
anyone when you engage with them and they're saying nasty things to you, do they get even meaner?
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. But usually, yeah. But I have a low tolerance for people talking to me online, which I should have a higher tolerance for. But sometimes it does escalate pretty quick, and then you look back at the interaction, and you're like, I kind of had something to do with that.
Okay. Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah. I made a Bernie video yesterday, and some guy goes like, who's going to tell him? And then I was like, your mom told me, which is kind of a lazy, it's like kind of a
Okay.
go-to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he called me fat.
Oh, man.
And then I asked him, I was like, yeah, okay, I was like, I'm working, what do you do for a living? And then he said, I own a gym and I'm a nutritionist. And then I said, where's your gym? And he wouldn't answer me. So I think he's probably a liar. Anyway, I'm really glad that I don't let people get inside my head. But that's a big part of being online today, huh?
I know. I don't like it at all. I don't really engage with people that are mean to me,
Hmm.
but because I kind of just take it. I say, oh, they know the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they know what truth?
One good thing that happened was, so I just did this set on TV, and I didn't want to read the comments, but
Yeah.
Fortunately,
All right, you think the negative comments are the people who actually have some insight?
Yes.
Yeah.
But then,
of course.
Fortunately, so I didn't read the comments. I really was doing a good job of that. But then some people really wanted me to know what they thought. They reached out to me.
Yeah.
And I was so worried that people, when you put stand-up online, you're a woman, everyone says, ugly, ugly, ugly bitch. Not funny, ugly bitch.
Yeah.
But
I don't really get that.
Well,
Nobody says I'm ugly.
Yeah, sure, that's nice. That's nice. But
Yeah.
it's like, so then what happened was
So
I was so worried.
So shit. There should be a way to filter that or something.
Well, but then they all just thought I was sick.
Mm-hmm. They thought you were sick?
Yeah, so they didn't say
Oh.
I was ugly. They thought I should go to a doctor. They said something seriously wrong with her physically, that she needs to go to a doctor. Several people commented that
Yeah.
and emailed me.
What did you look? Yeah, but
They said, please go to a doctor immediately.
why? You don't look sick to me.
A lot of people online thought I was
People are
sick.
freaking out right now.
They thought I had some kind of,
Yeah.
something. Yeah, but this was even before coronavirus, to their credit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows? But
Coronavirus is not going to stop me from podcasting. I'll tell you that much. If I can't touch microphones that haven't been cleaned and put them near my mouth 3 times a week for no money, I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna.
3 times a week.
I do a lot of I do other people's podcasts, like a decent
sure.
amount. Yeah.
You know how many podcasts you've been on?
Been on
Yeah.
a good. I would to estimate. I would say maybe in the course of my career.
Yes, in the course of
I
your
don't know.
career.
700.
700.
Yeah, just 700 hours of me maybe saying the N-word because I was trying to be edgy. And Seth Simons is gonna look through all of it.
Well, he'll find something
He's gonna
juicy.
dig it.
You know, if he's gonna dig through all that content, might as well find something juicy.
Yeah. All right, so here's what I kind of want to talk about.
Okay.
So we are going to get back to Sonny and Michael Franzese. Also, so Sonny Franzese,
Yeah.
guy out of prison a couple years ago, at the age of 103. When he was 93, he walked into the Hustler Club in New York and tried to like shake them down for protection money.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what's okay? Just full disclosure,
Mhm.
really know nothing about the mob. Have
Sure.
not even seen The Godfather.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen clips.
How about Sopranos?
I saw the pilot. It got too violent for me.
Did it? Okay.
But I liked the duck.
Who did he? They didn't even kill it. Did they kill anybody in the pilot?
Yeah, I think they killed somebody. But I did like the
I don't
duck.
think they did.
There's a duck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
No,
the duck.
Tony just punched, just hit a guy because, but you don't like violence.
It's hard to watch, but
Okay.
I did love the duck.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's any ducks in today's,
Okay.
that would be great.
Okay.
But okay, so protection money
Mm-hmm.
is money. What? Who's?
It's just kind of like a racket, and what they do is they'll shake down other like illegitimate businesses, and they'll be like, "You owe us money if you want to operate here."
Oh, and it's not true.
They don't really protect anybody. No.
Understood.
Just some 400-pound Italian guy be like, "You need some fucking round-the-clock security over here." Okay. I'd be happy to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, but the reason that I've been kind of thinking about the mob is that did you but also Sonny Franzese passed away recently, R.I.P. But before he died, somebody reached out to me, and because we did an episode on him and Michael, his son, and somebody reached out to me and they were like, "Hey Mike, I'm my name's Josh. I'm like a fan of yours. I actually work with Sonny, and I showed him the podcast."
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's like, I actually work with Sonny,
No.
and I showed him the podcast that you made, and he liked it.
He liked it?
I don't know if he liked it or not,
Wow.
but I don't think I said it's not like I said anything disrespectful or anything.
You think that with the mob, that the people at the Mafia, did they know that they kind of have even when it was at their heyday?
Mm-hmm.
Did they know that they kind of had some notoriety, some fame? Was it?
Oh, they
was
love
the fame
it.
part of it?
I think so.
Okay.
I think that's why everybody kind of hated John Gotti, because he was like in the spotlight and he was out getting photographed every night, and the old school bosses hated him because they were like, "No, you're supposed to nobody's supposed to know about this. We're supposed to operate in the shadows."
Oh.
And John Gotti was like, "Look at me.
Okay.
How you doing, guys? Yeah. It's me, the fucking boss."
But
yeah.
then Sonny talked to the police.
No. He
didn't talk to the police.
No, but Michael, I don't think in the video that I watched, he said, he was like, "Let me clear this up," because there was a BuzzFeed video, and it was like, we're playing Never Have I Ever with a mob boss. By the way, I wonder what it's like to go through that process, the contract and booking him for the video, and what he's asking.
I mean, it's amazing because they probably just right before they probably had, Anna Kendrick.
Yeah. Right, she's in the room, and he's putting it on his Instagram story. He's like, "Wow, that's frickin' Rebel Wilson right there. I can't believe I'm here at BuzzFeed Studios. I made it." There's abuelas trying tortillas in the next room, trying each other's tortillas.
Didn't he write a book called God the Father?
I think so.
That's a clever spin on it.
Yeah. He likes God. Italians love authority.
Mm.
We love having something above us to respect, whether it's Donald Trump or whether it's, it's or whether it's God or whether it's, my pop. We really thrive when someone is telling us what to do. But I'm gonna play you a little clip
Okay.
from Sopranos. But anyway, so Sonny passed away. I didn't think the guy was gonna kill me, but it was like weird to get that message. The guy's like, "Yeah, I played this show for Sonny," because that's if someone's gonna kill you, that's how they're gonna do it. They're gonna lure you somewhere.
Oh yeah.
You know?
You think that's how it's gonna be for you?
Yeah, they're gonna like smile and invite you out to dinner or something.
Yeah.
You know, and you're gonna get there. Like in Goodfellas when they kill Joe. Oh boy. Anyway, I just spoiled Goodfellas.
Yeah.
But in Goodfellas when they kill Joe Pesci at the end.
Oh, they do they?
Yeah, they shoot him in the back of the head.
Oh.
They tell him that they're gonna open the books on him, which means they're gonna like make him into the. They're gonna he's gonna be a made guy, which means you're like kind of inducted into the life. It's like a big honor to be made. If someone's a made guy, it's like you can't fuck with them, and you can't. You know, it's like kind of a big deal. And they shot him in the back of the head.
Ouch.
R.I.P. But anyway, I just want to talk. So here's a little clip from I think it's season 2 of Sopranos.
Okay.
This is a good. Now I want to set this clip up by kind of saying that. Yesterday kind of bummed me out a little bit. I kind of feel like I hate this fucking country, you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, you never know what's going to happen, right? Because they both need many more delegates.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
But it doesn't look good, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah.
He took... Who did he take? He took North Dakota?
Who, Biden?
Bernie.
I'm not sure. But I just know that everybody was like kind of in a... People are acting like it's over. I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen?
Who knows what's going to happen?
Right, there's more...
Biden got so popular so fast.
So popular so fast. And he's like freaking out at auto workers and told the guy he was full of shit, which that kind of made me like him a little bit, because some guy asked him a question about guns, and he was like, "What are you, sir?" He's like reading from his phone. He's like, "Sir, are you going to take away my guns?" And Biden goes, "You're full of shit."
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's gonna be an interesting.
I mean, Biden and his. Did you watch Biden talk last night?
No.
He was making full sentences.
Was he?
Yeah.
It's great.
That you thought.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
that.
That's nice.
Yeah.
To have a president. I like that the bar is that low. Or we're like, wow, there wasn't any drool coming out of his. He didn't drool one time.
But I think
That's
there
my
might
president.
be a shot. I mean, there's like what is there, 50 delegate difference between those two guys?
Yeah, I just think it's weird that like after Iowa, New Hampshire, and Nevada, everybody was like, Biden's done.
Yeah.
And then right before Super Tuesday, everybody else dropped out and kind of like got behind after South Carolina. He won South Carolina.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of got behind him, and then it's like now they're acting like it's totally
That Bernie should
it's finished, and Bernie should drop out.
Yeah.
Maybe he should. Maybe he's too good for this country. America KKKA, that's what I call it.
Maybe he is too good for
KKK
this
stands
country.
for Ku Klux Klan. Anyway.
Do you think anyone just learned that?
Yeah, somebody's like, finally.
Somebody's telling me what's going on.
Somebody explained it to me.
I thought it was Carla.
Yeah. But anyway, but what kind of bugged me is that like it seems like a lot of people voted for Biden. Mm-hmm. People who are comfortable, people who probably have health insurance and don't give a shit that this country's kind of in bad shape, and that's why we got Donald Trump to, in the first place. A lot of people are just feeling like checked out and upset with the system. Yeah. The system's bad, and I think that maybe that's why we should bring back the Mafia. Our generation should like bring it back.
Okay.
We should find a way to like do crime and make a nice little
like
living for
healthcare?
ourselves. No, I think we should provide back alley abortions for women in like my backyard or something.
So yeah, maybe that could drive down the cost of prescription drugs. That'd be big.
Mm-hmm.
That would just solve a lot, I'd say.
Yeah. Oh, to have the to start our own healthcare.
If the mafia took
Their own
control of the
healthcare network.
prescription drugs, you know?
I like how this shows that we think very differently because you're like, oh, what if we just gave each other healthcare? And I was like, and I'm just like, we got to steal from Home Depot and sell the fucking sell saws in the parking lot. I want to live with dignity, God damn it.
Is this show sponsored by Home Depot?
What's that?
Does Home Depot buy ads on this show?
No, I don't think they will. I've talked about stealing from them many times, but I haven't stolen from them in a while.
Would you steal from Lowe's?
Yeah, I think I've done that too. You just go to self-checkout whenever it doesn't scan. You just throw it in the bag. That's not really stealing. They build that into their budgets, folks. If you need. And now a word from our sponsors, shoplifting. If you need a couple things, it's totally fine. Anyway, but let me play a little clip. This is from, I think, season 2 of Sopranos, and this is Tony Soprano talking to his therapist about sort of like the history and the turn of the century and whatnot.
Okay.
So does that justify everything that you do?
Excuse me, let me tell you something. When America opened the floodgates and let all us Italians in, what do you think they were doing it for? Because they were trying to save us from poverty? No, they did it because they needed us. They needed us to build their cities and dig their subways and to make them richer. The Carnegies and the Rockefellers, they needed worker bees, and there we were. But some of us didn't want to swarm around their hive and lose who we were. We wanted to stay Italian and preserve the things that meant something to us. Honor and family and loyalty. And some of us wanted a piece of the action. Now, we weren't educated like the Americans, but we had the balls to take what we wanted. And those other fucks, those other, the J.P. Morgans, they were crooks and killers too, but that was the business, right? The American way.
We just want to live with dignity.
Whoa.
Wear velour tracksuits and sip tiny cups of coffee outside of it. But yeah, that's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite moments from the.
That's a good speech.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're getting a phone
It's a
call.
robocall.
Oh.
Damn it.
Do you ever take calls on that?
On the show?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we can call somebody right now.
Yeah, give out your numbers. Call. Yeah.
Yeah, we could call like.
You ever had Connor O'Malley on this show?
No, I'm his biggest fan though. I mean, everybody thinks he's.
I think
everybody's a big fan.
He knows more about the mafia than anybody I've ever. Maybe
Really?
maybe not as much as you, because you spend a lot of time researching it. But he really, every time I come across a crossword clue like mob boss John blank 5 letters, I'm like, hey Connor, look at this. God,
Really?
he's in the crossword.
I think he's like the funniest guy.
I think you should have him on this podcast.
I would love to.
You
all
guys
right.
would probably talk for. That would be probably the longest episode of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could. All right. If you could set that up.
I'm gonna try to
That'd
set
be great.
that up.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yeah, but you don't really ever hear about that aspect of it, and I think that like I was on Instagram the other day, and there was an ad for like it said like it was like Postmates make up to $20 an hour, and like $20 an hour is minimum wage at this point.
Yeah.
At this point in time.
Yeah.
So I just feel like no one gets to live with dignity, and I think we're sort of headed in that. This country's headed in that direction where people are gonna go, okay, I can deliver food for people, or I can start killing people if I want to live with dignity. I don't know. Maybe that's a glorification of it, but
So, okay, so what do you need to do to start a mafia? You need to take control of an industry nobody wants, right?
Yeah.
This
is good. I haven't thought
collect-
about this at all.
Like trash collection.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted that, so that's why they took control.
Well,
of
it's
that,
got to
right?
be something that millennials would be good at, or that millennials could do.
Right, so it'd have to be something online.
Yeah.
Oh.
One idea that I had
Yeah.
is that we were talking about online harassment earlier.
Mm-hmm.
What if you had a service, right, where high profile women who are on the internet, if they're trolled, if someone's bothering them, they could pay you, and you could like find their trolls and ruin their lives.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a Ray Donovan type of,
Yeah.
you know?
I think that's a great pilot. You should pitch that to TBS.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Write it up. Pitch
All right.
it to TBS.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a squad or something that we just like ruin.
Yeah, Goon Squad.
Goon Squad. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
And we
you
just
could call
literally
it-
like ruin people's
You
lives.
could call it Under the Bridge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
That could be really good. People would watch that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's one.
Yeah.
Because there's because you do have to, I guess you have to find a way for people with money to give you, to use your services.
You need money. Yeah, but you need to isolate it. You need to be the only ones, right? You need to have a monopoly kind of. That's also the thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I guess no. But I think that's a good.
I think the food delivery thing's also grocery delivery.
Mm-hmm.
That could be big.
Mm.
Blue Apron.
You just start your own Blue Apron. We just keep the shitty cycle going. I was reading another thing where like there's on the dark web, if you say that you want to have someone murdered, you can like there's websites that are like, oh, we'll kill somebody for you. Just give us $5,000 in Bitcoin, and they're all scams. So that's kind of like a good.
Whoa.
That's a good scam.
How are you let me just as somebody. How are you getting on the dark web?
I don't know.
You don't know.
You just go to dark. You just Google search dark web.
And it's you can just kind of.
It probably goes through referrals or something.
Okay, so you have to know somebody that knows somebody that's on the dark web.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's what I would imagine.
You think anyone's still getting weed through the dark web?
I don't think so.
You don't think a single person still says I just
for the love of the just better service.
Yeah, dark web.
Yeah. People on the dark web are like, look, you can call some kid on a skateboard to come and deliver your weed, but if you want real, actual good service, you know where to find me. The dark web.com. Yeah. That could be a fun episode to do. I mean, see, the problem with this having like a crime episode is that you do have to do a lot of research.
Yeah.
And I was busy yesterday.
Sure.
I was busy getting called fat on the internet.
Well, that'll happen. It'll happen to the best of us.
Yeah.
Would you rather be called fat or sick? That's the ultimate question.
They called you sick, yeah. But I don't. That's so weird that multiple people did it.
So many people reached out to me.
Yeah.
To go to a doctor right away.
Yeah. I got a message the other day that said, this guy said, and it was from Patreon. So somebody who pays for the show. And the guy goes, when you do stand-up, you have the hand gestures of an open micer. And I was like, just say you're coming to kill me. Just send me a death threat. You don't have to actually get inside my head and make me question everything that I've been, doing with my life for the past decade and a half. Come on, man.
The hand gestures of an open micer.
I know. And I
Keep
asked
dropping the microphone.
just like, you guys can't see my hand gestures, but they're very funny. I'm like, I mean, I guess I do this. I have repetitive hand gestures.
Oh, yeah. It's like.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I find when I'm doing. You ever do self-tapes?
Sometimes.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a business.
Mm-hmm.
Self-tapes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Corner the market on self-tapes. Get a space.
Mm-hmm.
Get a real good reader.
Yeah.
Guarantee you're going to get the roles.
And then you just put everybody else out of business.
Yeah, connect with agents, get a network going.
Mm-hmm.
Get people in the agents, get people in the casting.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a pretty good idea.
Okay. Are you familiar with Machiavelli at all?
I think some people I know, when I'm like talking shit about people, I'll be like, oh, that person sucks. And then someone else will be like, they're truly Machiavellian. I'll say, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's about as far as I know.
Okay. So I think that like I watched a couple brief internet videos about Machiavelli recently, and it seems like his whole thing was like it's they say people misinterpret his stuff. Because his whole thing was like, your enemies are going to play dirty. They're going to do whatever it takes to win because bad people know how to like manipulate and lie and whatever. And like they know how to get ahead. So you kind of have to play ball a little bit with bad people. If you're going to like try to accomplish something, you kind of have to play ball with bad people. And then he also said that if someone wrongs you, and you wrong them back, they usually will retaliate unless you hit them so hard that they won't even think about coming back at you again.
I used to have a boss that was described as Machiavellian.
Mm-hmm.
And they once got us together on a Saturday and told us that they'd been reading dog training books to learn how to deal with us.
Really?
Yeah.
Where is this?
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Showbiz job?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. Woof woof. Yeah.
Jesus.
Woo. Is that Machiavellian?
Was anybody there being like, okay, sure, whatever you say, boss?
Yeah.
Some company man who's like, I'll roll over. I just love Seth Meyers so much that I... Just kidding. No, it wasn't. That was just an example of...
I really think this Showbiz Mafia could be really good.
Okay. Yeah. You're just providing services to people.
Yeah.
The troll thing is the only thing I could think of. And then also you do have to somehow find a way to find out who these people are. But it's for very high profile like celebrities who can spend a couple grand for you to like take a weekend, you know. They pay for your flight, your hotel, and then you go out there and you just destroy them.
What about like something like ketchup or mayonnaise?
What do you mean?
Like there's only one guy in the game.
Uh-huh.
Hellman's, Heinz.
Hans.
Nobody's really buying Heinz.
Yeah, right.
Nobody
it's
wants
Hellman's
that.
and Heinz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's Duke's mayonnaise. You're saying start a mayonnaise company?
I think you gotta get in there, take over the market.
Mm-hmm.
You want a real mayonnaise sandwich? Come here.
But people trust Hellman. People really do trust Hellman's. Have you ever bought a brand of mayonnaise that wasn't Hellman's?
Never in my life.
I've regretted it. Really. I tried to get like the Whole Foods brand mayonnaise, and I was like, this is bad.
It's not right.
Hellman's knows what the fuck they're doing.
So you think
and they're too powerful, Jo Firestone. You can't take on Hellman's. That's our movie. She had one thing, ambition. Hellman's that could be a fun movie too. Hellman's killed your parents.
Yeah,
your parents tried to start their own little Brooklyn mayonnaise company.
My parents moved out from the Midwest to Brooklyn, started a mayonnaise company to go up against Hellman's. Hellman's
just a fucking
them.
tattoo sleeve dad and like a mom with equally shitty tattoos. Yeah, that's your.
Hellman's offs them. And then,
or maybe they don't kill them. Maybe they just like destroy their business or whatever, and then you're dead, right? Like they don't have to, because that is kind of like sometimes what bad people do is they destroy people's lives. They don't always just. It's not always like they pull the trigger on somebody.
You think it's more satisfying for them to pull it out.
I think that you can destroy somebody's livelihood and their business, and it's kind of like it's still pretty evil. You can intentionally do it. Yeah. Starbucks, I think, has been known to do this, where if there's some kind of independent coffee shop, they'll just open Starbucks around the coffee shop till they just go out of business, and then they'll close
I've seen some animal documentaries like this.
Really?
Yeah.
What animal does that?
Couldn't tell you, but I know there is an animal that does it.
The hyena is like the Starbucks of the Serengeti.
Oh, there is. You know that? Do you ever see that one where it's like there's something running across the desert, but the snakes are gonna get it? Couldn't tell you what that little animal is.
No. Or more like the Elizabeth Warrens are gonna get it. Am I right?
Lizard. I know. Lizard's going across the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Iguana.
Okay.
Needs to survive.
Mm-hmm.
These little snakes are coming out just ready to make its life a living hell.
Mm-hmm. So the snakes are Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the lizard is a Mikey's Brewing Co.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the lizards are gonna find a way to, I don't know. I wonder how you run a Starbucks out of your neighborhood.
That's a good question.
You want to see another Sopranos clip?
Yeah, but first tell me your top 3 things to get at Starbucks.
My top 3 things?
Yeah, the best items. Don't say egg bite. If you say egg bite, I'm leaving this podcast right.
People hate those egg bites, huh? Yeah. Why do they hate them so much?
I think because they're kind of round and wet.
Okay.
If they were any other shape.
But are they low carb? They're low carb though?
No carbs.
Yeah. So maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Low carb is tough.
You like low carb? Tough to love or tough to hate?
No, doing no carb. I love carbs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a little. I'm gonna see if I can get this chord across to you.
Iced caramel macchiato. Ooh.
Wait, that's one of yours?
Ooh.
There's too much sugar though. I gotta because I went to I was flying this weekend. I was flying home from Des Moines, and I had a layover in Chicago, and there was a Starbucks across from my gate, and I didn't want to drink any more coffee, but I was like, I haven't had a milkshake in a while. I want a milkshake. And it was like my little treat for, getting on the plane. Because when you have layovers are kind of like tough, and it takes a long time.
Yeah.
So I got like a Starbucks vanilla frap. It's just a white. And I took a couple sips of it, and I was like, this has so much sugar, it's gonna kill me. It was way too sweet.
You didn't want it?
No, I threw it in the trash.
What?
It looked like I probably looked like I was drinking a glass of cum. And I was like, you know what? Not today. I'm going to be photographed drinking this thing, and it's going to be on the news. You know what I mean? It's disgusting.
Local traveler drinks glass of cum near Starbucks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't understand what my haters are capable of.
How many haters do you think you have?
I don't know, 50?
50. Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Whatever. Yeah, so I guess my top 3 things at Starbucks are the cold brew. I guess an Americano. And then maybe if I'm feeling like I want a treat, the Java chip Frappuccino.
You ever had that spinach feta wrap?
No.
Sometimes if you're lucky, you'd be chewing on one side and that egg goes poop on the other side.
What, it falls out?
It goes, yeah, it flies right out of there.
Yeah.
It's a wet little bullet.
Yeah. There's tacos do that too. I know we're getting a little off topic, but I do have tacos do that too. If you go to Taco Bell, a lot of times the meat will fall out of the.
Yeah.
I know you don't eat meat, but the ingredients will fall out of the shell.
Yeah, I've heard of ingredients.
So my idea is like a little cup that clips onto your taco.
What about an edible
that
staple?
Stops an edible. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that could be the new business.
Or a staple that you can just shit out. You're like, hello, sharks. Did you know that it's actually fine for a staple to pass through your fucking intestine? Doesn't really do any damage. I do it all the time. Watch. Eating staples in front of Kevin O'Leary. Now, I don't understand. All right, I'm going to make you an offer. It's, yeah. I'm going to give you your $100,000.
I think this is really good.
What?
That's a really good idea.
just to staple your tacos.
Yeah.
In my family, we've been stapling tacos for...
It goes in one side, out the other. Bing, bang.
Yeah. Here's a little... Well, I'm going to play 2 clips because they're both kind of short. This is from season 1 of Sopranos. I'm going to give you the... They're at a Starbucks.
Decaf cappuccino primo, non-fat magnifico, double espresso, regulare. I'll take you over here, sir.
I think I'll have an espresso. Oh, you want anything?
They got any just coffee?
Our cafe du jour is New Zealand peaberry.
Not on. What up?
It's $4.20. Pick it up over there. 1 medium du jour, 1 single espresso, regulare.
Honey, let me ask you. My wife was in the body shop around the corner on Watchung Avenue the other day.
The guy in front of her leaves, and she sees he dropped his money clip. But he was already gone, and we'd like to get it back to him.
She said he was wearing a uniform like that there. Real black hair, she said, tall, little earring.
I'm sorry, sir, but these stores are everywhere.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I'm going to fast forward this a little bit.
And all these other cocksuckers are getting richer.
Yeah, isn't it amazing?
It's not just the money. It's a pride thing. All our food. Pizza, calzone, buffalo mozzarella, olive oil. These fucks have nothing. They eat pootsie before we give them the gift of our cuisine. But this is the worst. This expressive shit.
Take it easy.
He's like they're the rape of the culture again. He thinks they're. Hey, spot the lie. You know?
No, it's true. It's true.
Yeah. We taught all you pigs how to eat, so you're welcome. And then here's another, speaking of Starbucks, here's another episode, a clip. This is how a shakedown would, well, I sometimes this is how a shakedown would work.
Welcome to the neighborhood. We're from the North Ward Merchants Protective Cooperative.
I'm kind of busy. You guys looking for a donation?
Let him finish. You may have noticed, not to denigrate anyone, but this is a transitional neighborhood. I mean, demographically speaking, you still have a lot of marginal types.
And we merchants have found.
That was kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
That was kind of an unwoke thing to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so basically, they're trying to do that protection.
The protection
you're
racket.
talking about.
Which I don't think they do as much, like shaking down legitimate businesses.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they. I don't know.
You really
but
should have some round-the-clock security here.
Isn't that what the police are for?
They do their best, but they got their hands full. Your weekly dues to us will give you all the supplemental safety net you'll ever need.
I can't authorize anything like that. It'd have to go through corporate in Seattle.
We merchants prefer to deal on a personal, one-on-one basis.
I don't have any discretionary funds. It's gotta go through corporate.
Well, how do you think corporate would feel if, for the sake of argument, someone threw a brick through your window?
They've got like 10,000 stores in North America. I don't think they'd feel anything.
What if, God forbid, it wasn't just vandalism? What if an employee, even the managers say, was assaulted?
Look, every last fucking coffee bean is in the computer and has to be accounted for. If the numbers don't add up, I'll be gone and somebody else will be here.
Uh-oh.
It's over for the little guy.
which is kind of the direction that America's headed in, you know? There's a big consolidation of wealth at the top. You got these massive companies. You got your Starbucks. And it's like, how do you even... It doesn't seem like people are able to, you know, make their own way anymore.
Yeah, you got to do hashtag shop local.
Yeah.
It seems as though the Mafia is the original millennial.
Maybe, yeah. Just frustrated with... It's time to murder some people.
Yeah.
Like, one of my favorite things to do is when I'm outside of the city is you look at all the, like, local businesses. Because there's some businesses out there that are, like, with really bad ideas, and no one tells them not to do it. Like it's nice to... I mean, I'm trying to think, but just, like, certain... Like, there's a bar on Kingsland, like, near Kingsland Avenue, near the McDonald's, and it's called, like, the Call Box Lounge, and the slogan says, "We're good friends, party hardy," and they spelled hardy Hardy. And it's just fun that you can, like, put a typo in your in your business. But also, I don't know, it's just nice to, like, get out of the... I mean, you don't see this much anymore, but just to see, like, different businesses, like, the individual expression of it, instead of everything being so, you know, homogenized and sanitized.
So you'd prefer if it was small businesses that were all kind of extorted by...
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
It's very... Yeah, that's... I'd say Bernie
Because then it's like we all get to
Sanders
play the game.
Yeah.
You know, we all get to play the game a little bit.
Yeah.
And then also, if somebody but if you are protected, if somebody else tries to move in, I mean, this era is over, but if somebody else tries to move in, hopefully, you know,
right.
They're not allowed to open their...
Okay, are you afraid of the Mafia? There's still Mafia right now, right?
There's a little bit, yeah.
Are you afraid of it?
No.
No.
Because I know I'm a very respectful person. I'm a very loyal, respectful, and honorable person. You know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you feel like as long as you have those attributes, you'll be fine.
Yeah. I just feel like I guess the big point that I'm trying to make with this episode is that the system is not working for people. And the system fucking, for a lot of people, the system fucking hates you. It doesn't care if you live or die.
Right.
And I don't know what to... I'm getting old, you know? I don't know what to do besides tell people to just do your own thing, make your own way, steal from Home Depot.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's almost the only solution.
It's almost the only solution.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could steal, like, nails and screws and stuff. It's pretty easy.
Right.
And their employees are paid, I think, so poorly that they're all kind of checked out.
Yeah.
As long as you're not stealing big items.
So you think the gig economy is not working? There needs to be a change.
It's really not working.
It's not working.
I mean, Postmates being like, you can earn up to $20 an hour.
It's rough. Uber is a rough gig.
Rough gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's probably more Uber drivers in this city than anything.
Uber
than
and
comedians. Oh.
Yeah. Well, there's not in this city.
You think there's more comedians than Uber drivers?
There's probably okay no, but what I was saying was comedians don't really do Uber in New York because it's like
they don't.
it's all career drivers.
Yes.
Yeah, it's either like it's either
But in LA, there's a lot.
It's a lot of part time.
Yeah.
What's funny is when you go outside of the city and there's guys there's Uber drivers who are just like, yeah, I used to, practice law, but my daughter's getting married, so I'm just trying to, you'll get like some old man, some like 50-year-old man who's like trying to like have dignity, driving for Uber, and he's got water. This guy drove me to the airport in Des Moines, and he was like a very dignified, like middle-aged Midwestern guy, very like well-spoken and nice. And he had a sign in the thing that says this car has been sanitized twice a day.
Wow.
So I just feel like people don't have dignity today. I don't know.
And you think that
a lot of people don't have dignity.
There needs to be dignity.
Yeah.
People need to have dignity in order to survive.
Yeah. And sometimes you achieve that dignity by selling women for sex.
Really went from A to C there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think so. People need to listen to their personal legends.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And kind of listen to their heart.
Yeah.
And try to. Maybe we don't. Maybe they don't sell women. I mean, who knows what they do? But.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's hard to say. I mean, we'd have to brainstorm for each individual.
Yeah.
You should. I would say you should. If you have the time, you should have people call in. And you can brainstorm ways for them to live out their personal legend.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay.
I think that'd be a nice use of your
That's a good
platform.
idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see The Irishman?
No.
Because I think that's a good example of like the system kind of like not working for people, because the Kennedys when the Kennedys came to power, they were like they were going after Jimmy Hoffa and a lot of union leaders because they thought the labor unions were corrupt, right? So you forget how big these labor unions were, and they were like, like Bobby Kennedy appointed a Get Hoffa squad.
Whoa.
But Hoffa was kind of like a complicated guy, and I think like when you look at him, you see somebody who was like trying to do something good, which is organize a big labor union for people, and he knew that he had to like play ball a little bit to get that done. Mm-hmm. But anyway, the funny part of that is that when JFK was assassinated, he didn't fly the flag at half-mast. He put it all the way up the flagpole. Everybody else had their flags. And he was like, and there's a scene in The Irishman that's like, I think I have to rewatch that movie because I didn't appreciate it as much. Uh-huh. But Pacino plays Jimmy Hoffa, and he's like, looks good. The flag's all the way up.
Damn.
I don't know. Do you feel like the system's working for you?
No, I mean, I can't. I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. But I think like I'm about to lose my health insurance, and I'm trying to figure out the next gig.
That's such a that story that you told to me is so crazy about somebody being like, we've been reading books about dog training. I mean, that's a rich kid move to do that. Mm-hmm. That's someone who doesn't really know how to work with people, doesn't understand
that humans are different than dogs.
That humans are pretty different than dogs. Yeah.
That's what the first page 1 of the dog training book, it says that's not your baby.
Oh, really?
They say that.
They say don't do this to your baby.
Don't you dare treat it like your baby.
Uh-huh.
It didn't come out of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can be a little more harsh with a dog?
No, you're just supposed to treat it as it's got a different brain than you.
It's got a different, right.
So you gotta respect that. That's like
right. A dog's never gonna like resent you or like
exactly, and you
end up doing improv because they want to piss you off.
Exactly. Well, you gotta also think, like your love languages. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you.
A dog's never gonna be selling their body on the internet because they're mad at you.
Exactly. He's never gonna do that.
I fucking love.
You give it away for free.
I love dogs so much.
My dog has been really into just going straight for the other dog's assholes, and the other dogs don't like him. Dogs don't like him. Couldn't tell you why.
You can bring him over here. We'll see.
Yeah,
yeah, we'll get him. Frankie's pretty. Anyway. Well.
Cute dog. But so you're thinking that's how the Mafia started, is that it wasn't working for people. That's why you played me those clips.
Yeah, I think so. I think when you look at
I'm
America,
speaking for the listener.
yeah. when you look at like the story of America, not that I know that much about it,
no, sure,
but I'm kind of like, I'm like picking up these breadcrumbs, sort of piecing it together.
Sure.
Because I always liked history, but they never tell you why. They never tell you why they're teaching you the shit that they're teaching you.
Yeah,
you know?
got to read between the lines.
Right. They're like, Spanish-American War, here we go. Sacco and Vanzetti, here you go.
Yeah.
Like I always liked history, and I had to take B-level history when I was in high school because it didn't work out with my schedule. So I was like in a class with, I don't want to say dumb kids.
Okay.
But I was just very into history, and I would get questions right, and they'd be like, "Whoa," it was like I had a superpower. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that, and even when you look back to like the 1700s, and even like I don't know, I guess like as far back as the Middle Ages, there's always been wealth, right?
Yeah.
They want us to think that there's no wealth and that there's no money and that there's no resources, but there's always been a high concentration of wealth, and then people who do labor, to build all their shit, and I just think that. What do I think?
You know what's kind of funny?
People want a piece of that.
They do. I'll tell you this: my grandma and grandpa, they came to visit New York a couple years ago,
or they want to be at least treated fairly. That's what I'm saying.
Well, and I thought I would take them to the Tenement Museum.
Yeah.
Because they came from Jewish immigrants. They're Jewish,
Yeah.
whatever.
And they went to Missouri?
Yeah, they went to Missouri.
Interesting.
They took the train as far as Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
And so.
Where'd they come from?
Poland.
Oh, okay.
Poland, Russia, Romania.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so then.
I'm Polish too. I don't say that out loud very much.
I knew something was going on. I knew it. So then, I was like, Grandma, you want to go to the Tenement Museum?
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, I don't want to spend my time learning about people like me.
Oh.
She wanted to go to the big museums, see the rich stuff.
Oh, okay. See the nice stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of Americans want to do that.
Right.
They're sick of their own. They
want
to see.
They're going to get there.
That's why, Ariana Grande, aspirational looks. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. I'll never look like that.
And you want to,
no
don't you? Don't you want to wake up?
I just want
that pony.
I just want that body fat percentage. Yeah.
I want that pony so bad. Just in one chunk of my hair. The rest can be my length.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. That's But I think you're right that the people they want to look at. They want to shape it that there's that everybody's fair and equal, but there is quite a lot of wealth.
Yeah.
That was the tangent we were on before we got off on this other tangent.
Sure.
My grandma.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go back to Michael Franzese a little bit, and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
So Michael was he was Sonny's kid, and
be a doctor.
What's that?
Gonna be a doctor.
He was gonna be a doctor. Yeah. So Sonny didn't want him to join, the Mafia, and he was like, but then he went to prison. He was like, I have to help out my dad. He felt he had to help out his dad.
Right. Loyalty.
A funny thing too about when you look at the story of crime, like a lot of Jewish and Irish immigrants kind of saw crime as a means to an end, a way to like provide for their family. But a lot of Italians like really loved the lifestyle and they just never left it. And then that's why to this day we still all pretend that we're in the Mafia. Anyway, so yeah, where was I? Okay, so he's Michael's. Do you have any? What were your? So Michael he's all over YouTube. He does a lot of motivational speaking. He's written 4 or 5 books, and he sort of like he did kind of like get out of the life at one point, but now he's doing that to make his money. What did you get? You kind of get a sense from him that he's like a a very bright guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that he thinks about big ideas.
Yeah.
And like kind of themes
to
his life.
Right, there's a big picture.
Yeah, he talks about big picture a lot.
Yeah.
And less about the details, which I understand, especially if the details get a little hairy.
Right. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a shame because a lot of people he's sort of like the opposite of what you would think of an Italian, right? He's soft-spoken, he's bright, and he knows how to make money. Which that we all kind of know how to do that, but But yeah, the BuzzFeed videos are funny. Another thing that I like about him is like,
can I just make
please,
a suggestion?
please.
When's your birthday?
June 21st.
I think for your birthday you should get a GoFundMe going, and people send you to go see one of his talks.
Okay.
I think you would benefit from seeing him live.
Yeah.
Shaking his hand.
Yeah.
I think your life will be different after that.
Okay.
I think people would be eager to put money into a GoFundMe for that.
Yeah, there's some people who don't like him. There's another Mafia show on the internet that like the guy trashes him.
Really?
Yeah, but the other thing that I do kind of like about Michael is like you do kind of have to take him at his word because you don't always know. You don't know what's kind of like, I'm not going to say made up or anything, but what's fabricated.
Well, when they asked, did you kill somebody, he put that card on its side.
On its side. Yeah. He goes, okay, all I'll say is, they go, did you? Yeah, they're playing Never Have I Ever on BuzzFeed. And he goes, all right, all I'll say is this. I'm going to put it over here. It's very important that we represent ourselves authentically. He did kind of get out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, this doggy. It's a good doggy.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Wow.
Anything else?
I know somebody at a TV show that would be glad to have this little doggy on staff for sure, based on all the books they read. Oh yeah.
Good luck. Good luck breaking him. He's a wild horse.
You gonna write a packet? Yeah, you gonna write a packet?
Yeah. Do it.
I wonder what's gonna happen. This comes out soon.
Wait, why did you lose your health insurance?
I'm about to lose it because I haven't made enough money through my union.
Okay.
So, it's up in June.
Nice.
Then who knows?
Yeah. What a great society that we live in.
I know it.
Well, if you need any help figuring out a podcast.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll be right here.
Listen,
it's pretty easy, as you can see. It's a great little racket.
I'm thinking of selling that staple to Shark Tank.
Oh, the taco staple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if that gets me kind of...
A digestible staple for a taco.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those things. I don't like kitchen gadgets. I think everything for the kitchen has been invented already. I cook a good amount, and there's nothing. Everything's done. I think we can move on from that.
Okay.
You know, but that might be crazy enough to actually catch on.
Yeah, it can be made out of, what do you think?
But then how do you get it in a hard taco?
Force.
Yeah.
Some kind of aeronautical.
Just will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Or maybe you could tie it.
Yeah, maybe it's an issue of...
Maybe rope that you could just tie the taco
edible
with.
rope.
I don't like when I'm at Taco Bell by myself like I usually am, and I'm picking up slop and putting it...
I hate being at Taco Bell. You ever try to read a book at Taco Bell? That feels like the worst thing you've ever done.
You get kicked out.
It's horrible.
They're like, sir, are you done eating? Excuse me. What the fuck are you doing?
This is not some kind of edible library. Get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like that.
Take that to IHOP. Sir, would you mind going next door to the IHOP with that book? Yeah. All right, Joe.
Well.
Any final thoughts?
No, this has been very educational.
Good.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah. You want to plug anything?
Yeah, I mean, if anybody has any leads on a food staple kind of idea, I was thinking rice noodle, but I think it could also work with some kind of jerky.
Mm-hmm. Some kind of string, like edible string, that you could
licorice.
could drill a hole into the shell of the taco.
Yeah, maybe
and then tie it.
I'm open to ideas.
Licorice. That would affect the flavor of the taco, though.
I know.
We got this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hit me up with your ideas.
Dude, I tweeted this weekend that I was going to be doing a show, and like some people came out. I didn't think that ever happened.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Thanks to everybody who came out in Des Moines, if you're listening. And then also on the 22nd of March, that's a Sunday night, I'll be at the Cellar Door in Frederick, Maryland. Get your tickets right now. Just Google Cellar Door. You can actually buy tickets at the door, but put that on your calendars. It usually doesn't sell out.
Okay.
I don't know I'm so bad at fucking plugs.
It's a pretty bad plug.
It's really bad. No, but it might not. I don't have a ticket link. I'll put the ticket link in my Twitter bio. How about that? I'll put it in my Twitter bio.
Good.
Because maybe it will sell out.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't, Anyway. Christ.
Wow.
And you guys know the drill. We don't have ads on this show, so how about you kick us a couple bucks on Patreon? You get an extra episode every week. That's $1.25 an episode, huh? Can't beat that. Who else is charging that price? Everybody else on Patreon. That's who. But support my show. And sitdownpod@gmail.com. Follow me on Twitter at Mike Racine, at Instagram Racine Mike. Follow Jo Firestone. Look at all the stuff she's done. She's great.
Thank you.
Send letter if you have money so we can send her to the doctor. That'd be nice because she looks sick. And we will see you guys next time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.